சாமி வெல்கம் பண்ணலாமா?
Okay, ji. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
May I request Dr. Vinaya sir to deliver a welcome address. Please, sir. Please, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to all.
Morning.
I am very happy to address the welcome address on behalf of the Department of Commerce, on my own behalf, and the organizers of these 14 days FDP program, both Dr. Gurumurthy sir and Dr. Vinaya sir. I welcome the gathering. Today, we are all very happy with the Vinaya Chaturthi celebrations, and that day we are inviting Dr. S. Sudalai Muthu as our chief guest. Dr. Sudalai Muthu is working as professor and head Department of Banking Technology, School of Management, Pondicherry, Central University, Pondicherry. He is having 20 years of teaching experience and 18 years of research experience. His area of specialization is accounting, finance, and system. He has guided more than 41 MPhil students, and SAR has produced 19 PhDs, and he has published more than 10 books in Indian and national publishers. SAR has published more than 172 articles in the refereed national and international journals published by the leading publishers. SAR has participated 109 national and international seminars, workshops, and he acted as a resource person in the both conferences, seminars, and workshops. SAR has visited many foreign countries in order to present his research work, research output. SAR has visited Thailand, Russia, and Brazil to export his research experience. He is actively involved in teaching, research, curriculum development, writing of books, preparation of study materials for the welfare of the students, and organizing the workshop and the seminars. SAR has designed and introduced 4 job-oriented certificate course for UG and PG students. SAR has completed 3 funded research projects funded by UGC and ICSSR. SAR is the active member of Indian Accounting Association and Madras Management Association. SAR is the active member of Board of Studies in various colleges, universities, and also academic council member in many institutions across India. SAR has received cash award and honor from Tamil Nadu State Council, that is TANSI, for higher education of the Department of Higher Education, Government of Tamil Nadu. SAR has received Best Teacher Award 4 times from Pondicherry University. His biography is published by leading publisher of biographical information, that is the name Marquis Who's Who, in the year 2011 and 2013. Really, we are all very proud of you, sir. Today, you are the resource person to the renowned university. Today, our resource person, Dr. Sudalai Muthu sir, is going to take a session on the topic of application of factor analysis in social science research. On behalf of our beloved HOD, Dr. T.R. Gurumurthy sir, our organizer, Dr. Vinaya sir, and my fellow colleagues, my research scholar, department research scholars, my dear participants, I welcome once again, sir. On behalf of the department, once again, I welcome you, sir. You please continue the sessions. This
Thank
is
you.
very useful for us. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Shall I start, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. I think my screen is visible and I am also audible to you. Am I right, sir?
Audible, sir.
Right. Yeah. Oh, respected Gurumurthy sir, HOD and Organ Course Director, and respected Mr. Vinaya Murthy sir, the co-course coordinator, the person who introduced me very nicely, Professor Guru Pandian. Am I right, sir? Yeah, Guru Pandian sir, and other faculty members from the Department of Commerce, Alagappa University, and other sister departments of Alagappa University, both School of Management as well as Commerce, faculty members from across the country, other participants. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I take this opportunity to convey my heartfelt thanks to the organizer for having given me that opportunity to discuss with you regarding one of the important data analytic techniques we call the factor analysis. And that too on the very auspicious day today, as mentioned by some of the group members as well as the introducing professor. And today is the Vinaya Sadurthi. On this very auspicious day, that organizer given me an opportunity to interact with you. So Vinaya Sadurthi, normally if you want to start any auspicious activity, we used to get the blessings from the Lord Vinaya. So today, with the blessings of Lord Vinaya, I am going to start this presentation with one important thing. I want to introduce the new software to the participants for doing the data analysis. That too, a free open software that I am going to introduce to you. Since I belong to the technology department, even though basically I am the commerce man, I am working in the technology department. So I have completed my postgraduate diploma in computer application long back, followed by I have done some other advanced computer programming courses also. That helped me to update all my computer application knowledge. That only helped me to move into various higher level positions. Initially, I started my career as a college teacher. Then I move on to state university. Now I am in the central university. That only because of this computer knowledge. 1 minute, please. Sir, 1 minute. Thank you. So that I want to introduce a new package to all the participants to do this kind of not only the factor analysis, for all other applications also we can, right? And with that few introduction, once again I will convey my thanks to the participant organizers as well as the participants, and please be interactive, and I am ready to share some of the useful information related to that factor analysis. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to all of you now.
Visible, sir, visible.
Right. Friends, you see, this is a topic given to me. The application of factor analysis tools for the social science research. Here is, in this term, you see that there are two terms, factor analysis. In the case of research, the part of analysis is very, very important. With the help of that analysis only, we can able to convert the data into the form of information. That information only, that output of our research, that only give the value addition, additional new knowledge in the field of that particular subject. Okay, so that analysis means the process of converting the data into the form of information. We call it as analysis. So if we want to do the analysis, there are three techniques normally be used. Basically, three techniques that we used in the research process. One is the univariate technique, bivariate technique, and the multivariate. We call it as univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, and the multivariate analysis. Okay, so that factor analysis belongs to the third category. It is one of the multivariate analysis techniques. Point number one, right? Next, If we want to do the analysis, I already mentioned that we need the data. With the help of the data only, we are going to do the analysis and derive the information. So data is the basic one. So regarding the data, basically there are two categories of data, metric and non-metric data. The non-metric data and are qualitative in nature, metric data are quantitative in nature. So factor analysis normally we do use with the help of the metric data. So that is the quantitative data. And that also, in that metric data also, there are two type of analysis we can able to do: dependent techniques and interdependence. So factor analysis is an interdependent analysis. These are all some basic information I want to share with you before moving into the topic, given topic, right? So today, basically, I'm going to start with that reliability and validity analysis, then followed by factor analysis. Factor analysis, there are three categories are available: principal component analysis, exploratory factor analysis, and confirmatory factor analysis. That confirmatory factor analysis that followed by that, along with that, some also available. But I want to give concentration related to that reliability and the factor. Whatever possible, I will try to cover within this 3 hours as much as possible. Okay. Right? This is my agenda. And you see, friends, now we are going to do that factor analysis. Before doing the factor analysis, we have to do the reliability and the validity. If we want to do that analysis, nowadays there are sophisticated softwares and all available. Basic analysis we can do with the help of one of the important component in the MS Office we call the Excel. Microsoft Excel, we can do some basic analysis. And Microsoft Excel based the add-ons, additional statistical applications, add-ons. With the help of the add-ons with Excel also we can do that analysis, including factor analysis also we can do. And in addition, that very familiar software everybody using, that is SPSS. SPSS is a commonly widely used software for performing all these analysis. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Sir, good morning, sir. Are you here or in Kerala, sir? Where you are, sir? Sir. Right? Hello, I'm audible now?
Audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So SPSS is one of the software, but it is that paid software. You have to buy and use it. Lot of that duplicate, we call it as a crack persons and all available. We can use it. And in addition to that, Lizwell is another one. Like that, there are so many softwares and all available. And we can do the same factor analysis with the help of R also. Open software, but the thing is, R is a lot of coding based, not this ID user interface one. SPSS is, you see, the lot of that user in the interface integrated one, that menu driven. You can select the data and put it in that box, and by way of selecting the appropriate button, we can able to perform. But in the case of R, we have to give lot of comments. We have to write the coding. So that is why the problem is related to the R, but it is a wonderful application, R. But recently, there is a wonderful software. Yeah, R-based, but user interface software. That is available, that too 100% free. You need not pay any cost for that. Almost all the applications are available, including that structural equation modeling. Now the research people always wants to use some model like that. So that structural equation modeling also we can do with the help of this new software. That software name is called Jammu. Jammu software. Your open source. I request the participants, please mute your mics, please. Right. So Jammu, that
Not
open
audible, sir.
source. Hello.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
visible, sir, visible, sir.
Right. I'm audible also, na?
Audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Great,
Okay.
great.
Somebody else raised some doubts. Okay. Right. So though this now that before giving that additional input regarding the Jammu, I request the participant, those who are having that laptop, and please open the laptop. You listen to this with almost all of the faculty members. I hope both you are having. You listen to me through the mobile, and if possible, you operate through your laptop. Otherwise, if you are having only laptop or the desktop, and simultaneously you try to open this, and I will exhibit all the things and make you to use this. And a very user-friendly software, that is Jammu. We can use very friendly this software, JAMOVI, open source, but the R based, but user interface based. So if you want to download that Jammu software, what you have to do, as usual, this is the link, the Jammu 2021 project, the latest version that you can download from jammu.org. And those who are in the system, I will give the time. You please go to your Google search. Just you type Jammu here. Just you type Jammu here. Okay. Just 1 minute. I will activate this. Wait. 2 minutes, please. Right. To see friends here, yeah, you can use this Google search and type Jammu. That will take you to this jammu-stats.open.now. That have all the details, including the download option. Then you download, go to the download, and otherwise you go to the website. These options available here. With from here also you can download this, but you see, try to download this 2.0.0, the current version, but nothing wrong in downloading the 1.6 also. But the 2.0 version advantage is all type of files it accepts, and some of the new packages also available in that. So I am advising you to download this one. If you click here, and you can able to download this Jammu, right? If you click immediately, it will download. You can store it in any of that folder in your system, and you fold it, save it here. Then once you select the folder and give the, and it started downloading. And after downloading, you have to install it. And after the installation, you see that it extracts a file. After the installation, see that this is, it appears here. It appears here. See that it appears here. From here, you can able to use this, and you can able to use this Jammu, right? This is the first page, the front page of this Jammu. Please wait here. This is the part. Now I'll open my screen here. You see, this is my screen. Here I have already downloaded. See, it is available in the name of, see friends, this is available here. If I click here, it will start. SPSS also we can do that, but it is more simple and easier than the SPSS. That is the advantage of this software. Okay, this is the front page. Okay friends, this is the front page. With the help of that only, today I am going to perform the factor analysis. I think why I am using this one is the new one. Not only that, it is totally free, 100% free, and a lot of user friendly and many more new features and all available. Initially, these are all the things visible to you because of that increasing the speed. But if you want to add many more analysis, for example, then further cluster and the mediation and moderation and all, you see here the plus mark is available. You click here and you see Jammu library is there. If you select the Jammu library, there are so many additional features and all available, and you can select and add to this one according to your requirements. N number of application that is built in additional software packages. We call it as library that is available here. So in that here, if you click, and with the help of this, you can add all these things. So factor analysis by default, it is available. That is why I am not adding any additional library. If you want some additional application, all applications are available. By way of clicking this model, you can add this. Okay friends, this is the first information. Once again, I want to repeat. You see that if you go to the Google and just you type Jammu, then you select it, and that will help you to move into here. You have to select this, then you can able to select here. It will take you here, then go to the download, select the download option. Two version options are available. I have already downloaded. If you want to download quickly, better you go to 1.6.23, and because that contains very less number of library, that is functions. Later, if you want, you can download this totally free. You can use this 1.6.23. This version you can use it. Download it, and once you click this, it will appear here, and it started downloading. After downloading, you will open that button. Then automatically that it will ask where to store options and all. It is saving option. You select the particular folder and save it, and finally you can install it, and it will be available in your desktop. Then it open that, right? So this is the thing related to the first point that I want to share with you. Any doubt related to this, please? Hello. Okay, shall I move to the next? Right.
Getting downloaded takes another 2-3 minutes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. That I am appreciating you, and nothing wrong in it. Because even you learn the small thing, you try to learn completely. If time permits, I will extend my class further also. You please learn it because it is one of the important software recently introduced and freely and openly available. And that is the applications and all very simple and user friendly. And many of our people, they don't know about this application. Still, many people depending on the SPSS. And that too, lot of pirated version, duplicate version that they are not able to get the result. And they used to approach the other statistician to do all these things. And that is not required, but this is so friendly, so user friendly. And whatever may be the data, you see, if you have this Excel data, you can do this. If you have the SPSS data, you can do this. If you collect the data through online, through the Survey Monkeys, that also you can use it. If you instantly collect the data through the Google Forms, that also you can download. That much simple. I'm going to give a small questionnaire and I am going to demonstrate how to collect the survey through online. Now we are in the lockdown period. We are not able to, our scholars are not able to move around and collect the data. And that is a major problem faced by the researcher. Now, don't worry, you can do.
Hello.
You can, please. Yeah. Then you can do the survey through that online with the help of the Google form or with the help of so many online survey options, free survey options are available. You can do that. So everything we can do from our home now. So we can do that data also easily taken into that. That is the advantage of this software. More friendly and more user friendly, this one. Within a few days, maximum 3 to 4 days is required to make it efficient here. Within few days, you can able to do this. You can learn very easily this. Right. Is it okay, sir? Slowly I move on to this. You please do that. In the meanwhile, I will explain the things. So first I start with that reliability. Sir, because if you want to do the factor analysis, because factor analysis, you need the metric data, and that metric data related questions you have to incorporate. And before finalizing the questionnaire, you have to test that content, your questions, and whether the questions and all relevant, whether the respondent understand the question properly, that whether the question set and constructs and variable and their understanding, all these things and all correct or not, that we can able to do that. So that is the thing. Sir, in the case of research, you see friends, there are various sequence of activities. Let us start with this today, and I want to test the participants' satisfaction level of this workshop. Assume like that. I want to take a very practical example. You have many, I think around 50 to 60, more than 60 participants are available. I want to test the satisfaction, the factors satisfying that participants of this the FDP program, that I want to do that. So my objective, I'm framing the objective. So to analyze or to assess or to determine the factors or identify the factors that satisfy the participants of this FDP program, the factors that satisfy. So in order to assess that, I want to set some questions. I'm going to give that question, whether the questions and all correct, whether you people are going to give the answer, whether the answers and all appropriate, whether you understand the question accordingly given the answer, is there any irrelevant questions, any unwanted questions, this process you have to do. So the questions and all reliable, relevant, valid, that of the reliability analysis. See that, you see the readings here, that I have here a metal fillings in my teeth. That is one statement. That is in one direction. My refrigerator magnets keep pulling me into the kitchen. That is another irrelevant statement. Then another one is why I cannot, that is why I can't lose weight. That is another statement. So there is no linkage. No? Irrelevant statements, irrelevant questions. So if a patient given the answer to your doctor like this, the doctor is not able to get any conclusion, he is not able to get any input regarding this. So relevant question is very, very important. Normally, you know that this way we normally used to ask the question. These are all the questions variable, and these are all the constructs. So here, some values and all given. That is, we are testing that value. So that value testing that indicates whether our questions having appropriate variables and all the variables and all appropriate metrics that have, and to measure the content and collect the responses properly, that we want to test it, then we'll go to the factor analysis. So before going into the factor analysis, we have to do the reliability analysis. So that is why you please see the first sentence here. I am in the questionnaire, I am intent to ask something, but whether I am asking the same in that question paper, that is a question. I want to ask something, but whether I am asking the same, another way. I am intent to ask something, but whether your understanding is the same or not. So whether I asked correctly or not, on the other hand, if you have given the responses properly or not based on the understanding. So these three things are very, very important, particularly regarding the primary data. So I want to test your satisfaction level with the help of the questionnaire. That is a primary data. That primary data contains some question. So that I am in a position to ask some relevant question. And you can able to understand the question accordingly or to give. Then only I can able to measure the satisfaction level of all the participants here. And accordingly, I can able to determine what are the factors that satisfy all of you during this 10 days or 14 days program. So that is why the reliability is all about the consistency of the measures and the validity about the accuracy of the measures. So the consistency and accuracy we want to test with the help of this first point, then we'll move on to this. Okay, you see here. So there are a lot of images are available. The first one you see, this is reliable, the first one, but not valid. See, in the rival shooting, see here concentrated here. Here is across the place it is a low validity and low reliability. It is not reliable and not valid, this one. But here you see, this is both reliable and valid. Similarly here also, both reliable and valid. So if the questions and all like this, then only you can able to collect a proper response, then you can able to derive a proper input, and you can able to generate appropriate result from that. So to test whether the questions and the answers and all reliable and valid, we can do with the help of this. You see an example here, a simple questionnaire I have given, and that is framed for the refresher course. On refresher course, there are 10 variables given in that question paper. Question number 1 related to resource person. Question number 2 related to the material supplied to that participant. Then the arrangement of sessions, the effectiveness of all the sessions, then the relevance of the subject that are handled in that various session, the management of time in that online facilities and the comfort of the participants, and the friendliness of the organizers, then the hospitalities of provided by the organizers, and the feedback and the responses from the organizers. Like that, these are all the 10 variable that I have framed. These are all the 10 variable or 10 questions. Suppose I am going to give these 10 questions to you. And you see that a 7 scaling, you have already studied the scaling. 7-point scale I am using here. So starting with the highly not satisfied and yet with highly very much satisfied, 5-point scale or 7-point scale, that depends upon you. You can use it. So this is that, yeah, the data collection questionnaire. It consists of 10 variables and 7-point scale. The scale measurements and all here. So this is, we call it as the metric data. So metric means we can able to measure. What we are going to measure? We are going to measure the resource person's efficiency. We are going to measure the materials, effectiveness of the material, like that. A 10 relevant questions simply I have put, and I want to do that whether the questions and all correct or not, whether you are giving that proper answer or not, whether this type of that questions is appropriate for assessing the satisfaction level or not, that I am going to do this. Okay, now I'll come back to that. Wait. See that I'll come back to this. This is the Jammu software first page. I hope within this time you people, many of you people downloaded this. You are in this. Please listen. If you want the data, I will do one thing. And first I will share some same sample data to you now. Better you can use the data. I think that will give some kind of additional advantage to you. Okay. If possible, is there any? Okay, I will operate now. Then I will send that online questions to you. I will here, you see, this is the first page. That the initial left side top corner is there. Na? There is 3, that equal symbol is there. I want to click here. Then the opening menu will appear. So you can go to the new window for operation, open the existing. You can import the data from the other files, and you can do the savings, and you can use the save as option, and the results and all you can export it. Now I'll go to the open option. Then the sub menu will appear. So I have selected the open option. And these are all the existing data. I have done some kind of sample analysis, but I'm going to select the data from my system. So I select the browse. Here, the data set that I have. So I open the data now. Now the data is available. Whatever the 10 questions that I have shown, the 10 questions are all available. I want to show the variable view. Now you see here, this is the variable view. These are all the 10 variables. Resource person, materials provided, arrangement of sessions, sessions effectiveness, relevance of topics, management of time, online facilities and comfort, friendliness, and hospitality and other things. 10 variables. These are all the variable view. This is the data view. So I have collected the data from only 20 respondents. Simply I have collected that actually the sample is more required. I will come back to the sample requirements and all later. But I have collected only sample 20 responses here. So 20 responses related to this, you see, related to all these 10 factors, 10 variables and all available here. Right? 10 variables. Now I'll go to the analysis. These are all the analysis we can able to do. So basic descriptive statistics, t-tests, ANOVA, regression, other frequencies, factor analysis, and mediation and modeling that is used normally for the structural equation modeling. Now I can use the factor. I select the factor here. You see here, reliability, principal component, exploratory, confirmatory. All this related to factor analysis. So if you want to do the factor analysis, one of the data reduction technique. I'll come back to you. So, but before doing this, you have to do the reliability. Just now I explained the reliability. Reliability means the data is reliable, and in the data, the required form, we have collected the data or not, whether it is valid or not, that we are going to test it. So I will select the reliability here. Friends, you see, now it appears like this. This is the analysis part. Similar to that SPSS, but lot of additional advantages and all available in this software. Now what I'm doing is selecting the first, these are all the input. I select the first question number 1 and question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the things I have added here. See, all the variable I have added here now. Okay. All the variables I have added here. Now I want to do the reliability. So after adding here, automatically you see the process symbol, it started processing and reading the data. Visibly you can see that. Now I want to select the scale, that is scale statistics. The scaling is the measurement. 0.1, highly not satisfied. 2, not satisfied. So we are measuring your satisfaction. So that is the scaling. That measurement and all correct. Whether you understand properly and given the answer properly, that we are going to assess. Now I am selecting the grown for. Now first I select here. You see the answer, immediately it's process and give the answer. Here you see the scale value here is 0.615 grown for alpha. And not only that, see question number 4, 8 and 9, that correlates negatively with that. That means based on the input, please listen, based on the input, we are understanding that 4, 8 and 9 and all, the questions sometimes not proper. Otherwise, you see, the people may not be in a position to understand properly. That is the problem. So that is why this problem occurs now. So what is the question number 4, 8 and 9? You see here that question number 4, I'll go to that variable view. Question number 4 is session effectiveness, 8 is the friendliness, 9 is the hospitality. Of course, during the online programming, that is not relevant. So that is why that these things and all not properly that given by the answers and all not properly given by the respondent. So it is more flexible. You can move the screen and you can close the screen, and this one also you can move it, and that much flexible this software. Okay, now these are all the 4 variables. One more thing. Sir, earlier in almost all the reliability analysis, grown for alpha is the basic criteria, scaling criteria, the scale statistics. With the help of that, we can measure this is the questions and are relevant or not. But now, one more measure also available, recently introduced, and that is available here only, this Jammu only. This is called McDonald Omega. This is called McDonald Omega. This is grown back alpha. First one. Second one is McDonald Omega. So now 718, that's saying 718. So anything above 0.7 or 0.6, there are different views are there. Regarding the scaling effectiveness, people having the different views, especially in the case of medical analysis, accuracy is more. So they need more than 8 is sufficient. But in the case of social science research like us, so anything above 0.6 is okay, the questionnaire is relevant, we can go about it, that is the information. So both this is 0.615, this is 0.718, both according to the social science indication now, both are, it is okay. But what it says here, question number 4, 8 and 9, that correlate negatively the total scale and probably should be reversed. That is an information. I will come back to you regarding this. Now, I'll go to this item wise, grown for alpha item wise. You see that now? So what is the reliability if you remove the question number 1? If you remove the question number 2, 3, 4, that if you remove 4, it is 0.658. If you remove 8, it is 735. If you remove 9, it is going to be 623. Right? The same way, I am selecting now McDonald omega, the same way it is given. So what is in both the cases, you see here, if you remove this one, that is 8 1, 735, that you see, if you remove the question number 8, then you can able to get the 735. So 735 means a little bit better one. So that the 8th question is not properly responded, otherwise it is not properly asked. That is that kind of assessment we can able to derive from here. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going here, I want to select the question number 8. I have selected the question number 8 and I want to reverse it now. I bring back it. Now question number 8 comes here. Now 9 question only, because based on the test I found that, so question number 8 is not relevant to this study. So simply remove this. Now you see here, improve. Earlier it is 6, now 0.735. Earlier it is 7.1 something, now 799. See, question number 8 is not available. Like that, you can remove question number 4, then you will get this one. And if you remove question number 9, then you will get this one. I want to remove the question number 9 also. I'll select the question and put it here, because that is related to hospitality. I think during the online program that is not relevant, and removing this. Now you see that according to McDonald's omega, it is 0.814. Here it is 0.739. So I think this 8 questions and all appropriate for assessing the participants like you, your satisfaction regarding this program. I want to measure it, metric data, with the help of this 8 questions. Initially, I framed 10 questions with the 7-point scale. Now I found that with the help of the pilot study. So a sample collected, and I have collected the data, and then I found that 2 questions and all irrelevant. I removed the 2 questions, now 8 questions. After pilot study, this is the way, that is why we have been asked to do the pilot study. Right? Another one. Now we found that only 8 questions are going to be required for assessing your satisfaction. Now you see, friends, other mean scale, you can able to, if you select, you can do that. You can get all this. But one more thing before that, I want to go to this correlation heat map. See, friends, see here. Almost that all the things are now positively correlated. Wherever the light red color, that means that is a small negative correlation. If it is dark red means more negative correlation. Green means positive correlation. So between these 8 variables, there is a perfect correlation is there. So relevance is there. The questions and all relevant, you can go about it. But one indication is there. This question number 8, question number 4, and question number 1, some kind of that irrelevance between the appropriate question number, that is 5 and 7, question number 4 and 3 and 1, this kind of some minor negative things and all available. Accordingly, we have to reframe the sentence to make the participants to understand. Otherwise, you teach the respondents and ask the respondent correctly, then we'll get a better response. That is an indication. So correlation heat map also indicates the relationship between all these variables you see here. So now we have tested the Cronfa, we tested the McDonald omega. I am suggesting you hereafter for testing the reliability, you go for this McDonald's omega. This is a better one than the grown for now in the recent articles and all carrying this test only to verify your questionnaire. In addition, if you want the mean, you can select here mean standard related to the scale that you see here. After immediately you are getting the result. See that this is the mean statistics, mean, that standard deviation, grown for McDonald, the mean standard deviation related to the scale. Earlier, these two only available. I want to remove this. You see here. You see, these two only available, grown for McDonald. Now I am adding this. These two are the scale statistics. Now I am adding these two. Now you see, now mean and standard deviation related to this. Similarly, this item statistics also I want to calculate. I want to activate these three. Now we are getting, you see, mean, standard deviation, and item risk correlation also available now. But actually, this and all additional one, this either you have to use that Cron for alpha, otherwise McDonald, that omega, and the item wise as well as the correlation heat map. Along with that, friends, one more thing, that if you click here, see that this is the additional options available here. Please see, friends. This means what is the reverse scaled item? Normally, if you give the question paper, the people used to understand the question paper in a reverse way. In the first scale, I put it as highly not satisfied. But the people think it the other way. The first there is taken as the highly satisfied, but what we put highly not satisfied. So that reverse score, there is a lot of possibilities are there in that case. So that you have to go through the questions here. You have to go through the questions, that data, and you try to find out this. Is there any reverse score and all? You try to find out. If you want to change it, then you see what you have to do is that some question, for example, I want to reverse it, the questions related to 7, for example, 7. I want to put the 7 here. Otherwise, 5. With the help of the correlation matrix, I will do that. Here, question number 3 is having minus 0.29. That is a negatively related correlation. So I want to select the question number 3. I want to select and I want to put it here in the reverse score. Reverse score means, so they instead of selecting the 7, they may select 1. Instead of selecting the 6, they may select 2. Like that reverse scale they used. So by reading the data, we could able to understand. Now I want to correct it. I want to select the question number 3 and I put it here. Now you see, now the data and all reading again, but this is not correct. So Mora, the strong red color means strong, that negative correlation is there. I want to bring back it again. Right. So some like that I want to, otherwise one more thing I will do. I'll put these two questions, question number 8 and 9. I want to put it here again. Now for all the 10 questions, it is calculating all these things. Okay. Wait. It is processing now. Now without removing all the question, I am putting all the 10 questions here. Yeah. Now here, that question number 8. So question number 8. Yeah, question number 8, I want to reverse score it here. I'll put it here, question number 8. So that means in the measurement scale, instead of 1, the people, they misunderstood and put 7 like that, reverse score. That after identifying that, we can able to reverse the score here. Somewhat, you see that somewhat better result we are getting now. Like that, friends, the reverse score is useful for us. And lastly, so the thing is you can save it. So if you want to save the reliability, mean score or sum score, so whatever you want, you can save that one. I want to select the sum score now. I save it. Now you see that. See, some score will appear here after completing this. If I select the mean square, then later mean square also will appear here. After calculation, both the things will appear here. See friends. Still the calculation is going on. So this score may be used for further calculation later. See, this is calculating now. Still it is processing. Due to the network problem, slow networks. So the mean score and all, I hope it is calculated now. I'll go back here. Variable view, data view. Yeah, you see now some score also available, mean score also available. For further analysis, that we can use this score. See, this is the option for scoring that data. See, this is the further option for scoring the data. Easily you can navigate into the different that menu here. See friends, this is the way. So this is the reliability analysis we can able to do with the help of that. Now with the reliability analysis, how I performed the reliability analysis with the help of the screenshot, I am explaining here. Kindly please see here. So first what you have to do, that go to the open option where it is available. It is available here in the corner. It is available here. If you select, that will take you to here, and from here you have to select the open option. Otherwise, if you want to enter the data, then you go to the new option here. You go to the new option. Sorry. You go to the new option and enter the data directly in that the sheet, the input sheet. Okay. Now here you are asked to open the data. Then the recently used file also available. The browse option also available. So from your computer you can browse. You see the information available. This is your PC. From your personal computer, you can browse the data and you can select the data, and then you can open the data. I'm selecting this one. I have created some sample data for this workshop. So there is available here. Select the data and click this open button. Then the data and all appears here like this. Then what you have to do, you go to this factor analysis option. So what these are all additional library already collected and given here. So with the help of this module option, additional library available. So if it is required, then you can add it, then remove it. Otherwise, you see, it will take much time to process it. It occupies more space in the RAM to process. That is why it is not advisable. Based on the requirement, you add it, then you remove it. Whenever you can add it. That flexibility is available. Okay. Now, then in the factor analysis, you select the reliability option. Then this option will appear. This is the existing data and all. What are the data available? It will show these are all the variables. These variables you have to transfer to items here. Then after transferring, you select and transfer here. Then immediately after transfer this groundback alpha, that I automatically activated and the result started giving. See, it is processing. Right. Now it is given the result 0.615, whatever the first process. But it gives some suggestion also. After reading the answer given by the responder related to question number 4, 8, and 9, the correlate negatively. That means, so there is the questions and all, these 3 questions and all much relevant to their particular subject related to the satisfaction or related to the program, are related to the components offered by the programs organizers. So that is why we have collected some unrelated respondent. So it is suggested to remove this. Either you have to remove, otherwise go to the reverse scale and reverse it. So in both the way that you have to test it accordingly, that you modify the questionnaire or to make the respondent to understand and ask them to give the proper answer. That is the way, right? Then this is the first one that is normally be used and the results normally be available here. And new one, as I mentioned, the McDonald Omega is the scale statistics that also helps us to do the reliability analysis. Yes, okay. Now, normally the McDonald Omega test are grown for alpha, it should be 0.7, but in the case of, as I mentioned, social studies, 0.6 also okay. But medical and engineering people, they want more accuracy. So they want more than 7 or 8 the scale statistics result regarding reliability. Now you see that this is the paper that I have noticed. In that paper, they mentioned this. A new generation methodologists and the statisticians have cautioned that alpha is not a perfect measure of reliability, whereas the more generalizable form of reliability is omega. That is the author Hines and Scout, that in his paper 2020 they have commented like this. So based on that only, in that new software incorporated, and that very well you can take this this option and accordingly you can use it, this one. So based on that you can measure the scale. Okay, right. And then the item wise grown back alpha details, item wise, and the results and all available. And if you remove that, automatically the better result you are getting. See that all and all I demonstrated to you. So now after removing all the 3 variables that is mentioned like this, I have removed first initially 3 variables negatively correlated. I removed the question number 4. Then I removed the question number 4. Sorry, remove the question number 4. Then 8. Then 9. Now the result is showing like this. Right? So then for the item wise Doppler result also available. What it's saying, if the items from the questionnaire, if it is dropped, if a particular item is dropped this much, the scale statistics value you are getting. Based on that, you can take the decision, right? Then you see these are all the other. This is mean and standard deviation related to this, the scale statistics, mean and standard deviation. But these 3 related to here. Okay, so mean, standard deviation, and item rest correlation statistics and all given. And another option that, as mentioned, the correlation heat map, that is a very relevant one now. And so whether it is positively correlated or, and that you can able to test it. That is very useful. That red color, that variations that indicates negative correlation, that in the green color indicate the positive correlation. Almost it is except a few here, most of the positive correlation. So somewhere some dark lead color is available, that means, so that is highly negatively correlated, that we have to take into account. Accordingly, we have to change the questionnaire, or you have to change the statement in the questionnaire, or make the people to understand the process, you can able to get the result. So how to use the correlation heat map, that and all I have given, and that taken from the paper and I have given. This is the reliability analysis. So another thing is, and yeah, you see, this is how that the value and all further removed. So if you remove the question number 8, already I demonstrated. See, it is, you can able to get 798. See that if you remove that 5, that we can able to get some, all the 3 we can able to get a different result. So what it indicates, question number 5 negatively correlated with the 7, That too very small level only. So nothing worried about that. But that if it is all are looking like this, a green color or light green color, then it will be a better statement that your questionnaire contains a better statement. You can proceed with that. So that for assessing that, you can do all this analysis. Okay, so these are all. This is the reverse side. That is, you can able to reverse the score with the help of this, and you can able to store the data here, and after storing the data it will be available in the data list. You can save it. That there's a mean score or sum score we can use for further any kind of that analysis if it is required. So first step is reliability. So you have to do the reliability, then only you can able to perform the factor analysis. Okay, now please listen, friends. I request all of you, please listen. Actually, the topic given is the factor analysis. The factor analysis is a data reduction technique. Data reduction means now, in the previous questionnaire, I have given 10 variables. The 10 variable to assess your satisfaction. And after assessing that, if Gurusmurthy sir or Vinaya Murthy sir, if anyone asks, sir, what is the satisfaction level of all the participants? If they put the question, sir, this is the satisfaction level like that, I am not in a position to give all the 10 statements. From that, I want to extract and give, sir, that the participants are satisfied with the 3 category. They satisfied with the material, they satisfied with the resource person, they satisfied with the arrangements or some other related things. I want to give the answer in the way of 2 statements. Otherwise, I want to give the answer in the form of 3 statements. So the 3 statements we call it as the factor. 10 statement I have used to assess your satisfaction, but finally I derived a 3 factor. So the 3 factor, that is the main that factors that influences you to satisfy this program. Like that we can able to produce. So 10 and all I can able to reduce into 3. It is a very simple one, but in the case of social science research, if the sample is 500 or 1000 or many numbers, not only that, if the questions and all very lengthy. In some questionnaire, you see the people used to ask frame the questionnaire having 20 statements, 40 statements, 80 statements, 80 variables. 80 different variables with the different constructs. They used to ask and collect the data. From that, they want to identify the factors, major attitudes, or the satisfaction, or the problems, or the difficulties, whatever it may be related to that, or the technology adoption model related to that, or the financial literacy related to that. Like that, friends. So, different questions, the statement variable I have used. From that, I want to find out a few answer. I want to reduce it. I want to reduce 3 answers. With the help of that, I want to derive something. I want to do further analysis also. For that, only this factor analysis is required. So, the first answer is it is a data reduction technique. Factor analysis helps us to reduce the data. If we have the voluminous data, with the help of the voluminous data, that we want to reduce the data before moving into further analysis, then only we can able to do the further analysis effectively and derive this. Otherwise, that we are not able to do that further analysis, we can able to get an accurate result also. So this is a data reduction techniques. You see a questionnaire here. So if you want to perform the factor analysis, normally you know that the primary data and the secondary data. 2 type of data normally we use. In the case of secondary, say a small example, since I'm the finance man here also, commerce department organized this. The factors determining the working capital we used to calculate. See, that are theoretically, you see, if you refer the question, the books, that is 14 to 20 factors, different factors are there. These are all the 14 factors that determine the working capital. That 14 factors related, that is 14 points related data also we can able to collect from the balance sheet, annual reports and economic data and all. Now, with the help of this 14, I want to identify the major factor that influence the working capital. So what I have to do is I have to collect the 14 different, 14 or 20, whatever may be the number, collect the data, organize it and put it in the sheet and perform the analysis. Then finally I can able to derive. So major factors that determine the working capital requirements of a particular organization that we can able to do. That is for the secondary data. If it is a primary data, if you use the questionnaire, then normally we use this type. Jet Airways, if they conduct the passengers' perception towards their services with this 7 scale, so here you see the question. These are all the questions. Question number 1, question number 2, like that. There are a number of questions. This we call it as variables. V1, V2, V3, V4, like that. These are all the variables. These are all the scales. So 1 means what? It measures that how many people completely disagree with this statement. 2 means agree. 3 means partially agree. 4 means disagree. Like that. So this 1, 2, 3 and all what? Scale. That's why we call it a scaling cost. So it is a metric data. So it scale, it measure the statements and give the answers regarding what? The Jet Airways passengers' perception regarding the services offered by the Jet Airways. Like that, you can frame n questions. If you want to assess your students' perception regarding the present days, that online teaching, or if you want to study the other similar type of satisfaction or the attitude or the adoption or the problems, whatever you want to assess through the primary data, through the questionnaire, immediately what is required? This type of questionnaire is required. So this is the data collection structure equipments. So which method we use? The scaling method we use. These are all the variable used, and for variables of 5 factor or 7 factor different scaling techniques we are adopting here. It is one example. So if you want to do the factor analysis, primary data is the best, and mostly the primary data based research, the factor analysis used, but at the same time, nothing wrong in you can use the secondary also. Just now I given the example related to the factors determining the working capital, factors determining the dividend policy of the company. Like that, we can take anything. So if we have 15, 20 variables data, from that we want to identify or reduce that into small in numbers, we can apply this. And another one, you see, everybody now using the two-wheeler. So the attitude of the owners, the two-wheeler owners, that also we can able to measure. So this is the scaling questions, and these are all the variables questions. So by putting the question, we ask the responses with this 7 scale, and some people say here 3. Some people say here, the same person here 3. Here they mention 4. Here they mention 2. Here they mention 7. Like that, it is a response. Their feelings. So that we measured, and finally with the help of that, we can measure the attitude. So first the questions and all correct or not, that we have to test with the help of reliability. Then we have to do some changes in the questionnaire. Then finally we go for the factor analysis. This is another model. But you see here, friends, this is the latest question related to one of my PhD candidates research, a technology adoption model by MSME sector. Here he has used only the 5 scale. You see here 5 scales. 5 scale question. Question number 1, strongly disagree, then disagree, neither agree nor disagree, agree, and strongly agree. But you see, friends, here that regarding this technology adoption, he framed 12 different constructs. So one related to economic benefit, another related to convenience, another related to perceived ease of use. This is called construct. Under each construct, I want to assess the economic benefits by way of putting these four questions, four variables. So this is the variable V1, V2. Here I given the name EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4. With the help of the four variable, I want to test this economic benefit. Number one. Number two, friends, you see, I have referred this paper, this Featherman paper, and taken this variable and this construct. Then what it denotes? There is a researcher, Featherman and Paulo, and along with the Lee, that is on 2003. Then in 2009, there is a person called Lee. These two people already used this construct, economic construct, benefit construct, and they have used these four variables and tested. They conducted the reliability, they conducted the factor, and collected the data and analyzed everything, and they got the result. The model is fit, and it is a proved research and published. Now you say that this four variable I am going to adopt. My scholar is going to adopt. Similarly, this person, the Okaski and the Mendes, in 2013, he used these three variables to assess the convenience. Similarly, the Duans in 2012 used this variable to assess the perceived ease of use. So, this case, you please see, friends, questionnaire. This type of questionnaire is required for performing the confirmatory factor analysis. Otherwise, the second one, exploratory factor analysis also. So what is the difference between the two? In the case of exploratory factor analysis, so we are creating the construct. Please listen, I am creating the construct based on the theory I have studied. I have framed the questions and variable. I have conducted the analysis, and I proved that these variables are correct. This variable helps to assess the economic benefit, convenience, and perceived ease of use. And it is proved, my model is proved. So I explored the new model. In the name of Sodalai Muthu, I explored the model. Explorative factor analysis. But now, after publishing, now it is a theory. Now, for example, Vinaya Murthy sir is going to use this. And he used this Sodalai Muthu model, and he wants to test whether the Sodalai Muthu model is correct or not. So that he used the same variable construct, collect the data and applied that, and he found that yes, what Sodalai Muthu has done in his area, I have done in my area or in some other place. So this is correct. This model is fit. So Sodalai Muthu model is fit to the Vinaya Murthy sir model. This is an confirmatory factor. Previous one is exploratory factor. Sorry. The previous one is if you create the new constructs and that model and test the model and created this. So that is that exploratory, exploring the new one. Already explored, if you want to test it now, then it is a confirmative. You are confirmed that the existing model is correct. My research is that that give the same answer similar to the previous one. So that is a confirmatory factor. For that only it is used. But without knowing all these things, the people are doing the confirmatory factor analysis. So if you want to do the confirmatory factor analysis, one important point, you are not permitted to use your own variable. Mainly, you have to use the already tested variable. For example, you see the service quality model, very famous one. The people wants to use the service quality, that SAQ model, service quality model the people use. And the TAM model, technology adoption model. Similarly, the financial literacy model, like that N models, and that if you refer the paper, you can able to get the data that variable and you can use this. So friends, this is the way that the questionnaire you have to frame, right? So that this type of questions required for the factor analysis. Okay, now you please see that. So the ultimate objective of factor analysis is what? Reducing the dimensions. Okay, now some of the theoretical inputs and all given, the time is not available, so that just I leave it to you, go through that. So mainly it is used for reducing the variable, because we have more number of variable. There is a interdependence between the variable is there, it is an interdependent techniques. So that we are going to assess the interrelationship, examine the interrelationship among the variables available in our study, and explain their common underlying directions. I have used 10 variable, I want to reduce into 3, but in that 3, all the 10 variables, dimensions and all available. So that is why we are using this factor analysis. Okay, as I mentioned, the exploratory and the confirmatory. These are all the two things, the types. One is EFA, we call it as EFA. Another one we call it as CFA. The EFA is the data driven. This is the theory driven. In the questionnaire, you see, this is the theory. See, the Federman theory. He has created. This is this man, Okaskai and Mendes. This is Doan's paper. This theory. From the theory, I have framed this. So this is the theory based. This is a database. I have collected, I have framed, I have studied the literature, and based on that, I construct I have created construct and variables, and after conducting the examining its reliability, I can get the data and done this. Then we get this, and the data driven, the model I am getting. So through the EFA.
Sir,
Through
interdependence method means, it includes both the dependent and independent variables or something else.
Button, sir. Louder, please.
Factor analysis and interdependence method, you mentioned, you have written already.
Interdependence between the variables. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that implies, is there both dependent variables and independent variables?
No, sir. No, sir. Sir, normal in that case, in the case of factor analysis, that variables you see in the dependence variable, in the 10 example I have given here, you see that now you say, please read this. This variable, 10 variables are there. Which one is dependent, which one is independent, sir?
No, only independent variables, it seems.
Yes, but there is a interdependence is there, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Correct. That's it. Right? So one is for data driven, another one is theory driven. The CFA is the theory driven. For running that CFA only, first up to that testing that we can do with the help of the SPSS. And for doing that model fit, to test the moderation, the model fit, we want AMOS. But here, with the help of the Jammu, we can do both. So that is, Jammu is very useful for doing this confirmatory factor analysis also. We can do this structural equation modeling. The next step, structural equation modeling, SEM model also we can able to do. So these are the two types of factor analysis. The same thing I given here. So the assumption is only the metric data we have to use. That means measurable data. That highly not satisfied, the 5-point scale, 7-point scale, like that. That with the help of the statement we want to measure. Metric means what? Measurement. So we want to measure a particular attitude or satisfaction or adoption, perception, like that. So metric data only we have to use, and there is a correlation among the variables. That is why the correlation heat map we used. And another one is adequate sample is required. that I have used only 20 respondents, that too, that a very simple data collection. So that for that simple things, better there is another method called correspondence analysis. I think that may be used for this kind of analysis, that for data reduction in the case of very, very small samples. But normally, if you go for the primary data, we used to collect it from a number of people. Our samples say 300, 400, 500,000 like that. In that case, the more number of sample is there, then we'll go for the factor analysis. That too, I'll come to you later, but I want to tell you, for example, if you use one variable, one statement, a 10 respondent is required. If you use the 5 statement, 5 variables, 50. So 1:10 is the standards, the sample. So if I use 10 questions, then you see, friends, minimum 100 sample is required. Then only we can able to do this factor analysis very effectively. And we can able to derive something, right? Then the purpose is, one is the data reduction, then another one is obtaining an independent factor. Then some faculty members ask the question whether it is dependent or independent. You are obtaining the factor. The factor maybe you can use it independent or dependent. And you can use that MANOVA, RANOVA, regression, that you can do with the help of factor score. So you get some independent score and independent factor, that you can use it for clustering also further. That is a different one. So one is data reduction, you reduce it, then you obtain the independent factor. That is the two purpose of this factor analysis. So for that, as I mentioned, these are all the type of scaling type of questionnaire is required with the adequate scaling. And if you want to do that CFA, confirmative factor analysis, then better this type of the construct based lengthy questionnaire with large samples and all required. And here there are two things, I'll come to here. You see that you read this statement now, timeliness. Timeliness, you see, this timeliness, accommodate last minute request, punctuality, speed of returning phone calls. See that? This and all. So these three that indicates the timeliness. These three variable indicates this factor timeliness. Another one, job loss, divorce, recent accident. These are all the factors or causes for the life stress. Reverse, you see. So timeliness is measured with the help of these three variables, x1, x2, x3, and that the causes for the life stress is this job loss, divorce and accident. See that these are all the item explaining the timeliness, but these are all, see, three are the causes for the life stress. But here the indicators must be, in the reflective case, the indicators must be highly correlated. That is why we are using this correlation heat map. But here the indicators can have the positive or negative correlation. Normally, sir, in our factor analysis, which one is required? So the reflective type of things. So reflective is the result of the factor analysis. So we are asking the question and finally we derive some kind of factor. That factor reflects these variables. So a reflective type of variables we have to frame that is going to reflect a particular factor, that between that variable there should be a highly interconnection and the correlation. Okay, so this is the thing required for that you should understand while doing this. So some of the other informations and all the basic informations I have given. So this is the factor, and this is called That is, that these are all the variables that absorb the factor analysis. So that is that the meaning related this is factor reduction. This is a factor reduction, the correlated variables, right? This is the factor analysis, but we require the large sample size, as I mentioned earlier, to do this. As I mentioned, you see, standard sample size is 1:10. If you use one question, one variable, 10 sample is required. But minimum 1:5, at least 1:5 is required for performing the factor analysis. So sample size is very, very important here. And that is one statement in the questionnaire requires 5 samples. That is the meaning related to this. Okay. Normally, this is the model, the factor analysis model. And earlier, you see, before this software usage and all, we have to apply all these variables and perform the calculation, timely exercise, time-consuming exercise we have to do, and all other things. And these are all some of the important that test statistics and the associated statistics terms and terminologies associated with that we are going to discuss now. And here within that bracket, at the end of that, some of the indicators given, so that we are going to discuss now. We'll do that factor analysis with the help of the Jammu. That I want to take 2 minutes rest. Shall I take 2 minutes, sir, to break? Just have a cup of water and come back to you. Is it okay, Vinaya Murthy, sir?
Or we can have a break for 10 minutes, sir. No problem.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Then in the meanwhile, sir, I request all the participants, please listen. I request all the participants, please, and that I will share one small questionnaire. Contains some kind of variables with the 5-point scale. You try to answer to that. I will attach the questionnaire in your chat box now, and you try to fill it and submit. Then we'll try to do the factor analysis for the data and try to perform the result and find out the factors. Okay, so and try to do it, and you can download it in your mobile also, or in the system also you can download it. I will attach that document within few minutes, please. Sir, I'll have a cup of tea and come back, sir. Namaste. Professor Vinaya Murthy, sir. Participants, please note that I have attached one small Google form that contains some questions. You please open open that Google form through your mobile or through your computers and share your answer. Immediately fill it and give back to me, please. Participant, you see here, I have shared the document. It is available here, you see. This is the document available here. I think you can able to see that it is available. You please download it and fill it and submit, please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Very good, sir.
Sir, shall we start the class now?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now you, sir, I can able to get 49 responses. 50, now it is 50. For my questionnaire, I have received 50 responses from the participants. I hope according to this here, around 90 participants are available, but I got only 50 response only. I request all the participants, please fill the form and give. It's for the sake of you only. As I mentioned earlier, nowadays due to the pandemic, we are in a position to do all the works through offline only, online only, through online. That in that case, collecting that data through the questionnaire or through the interview schedule and all now difficult. So that can be overcome by surveying through the online by way of framing this type of Google form questionnaire, or there are so many data collection service centers are available, that survey monkey, like that there are so many things are available that also we can use, but better that if you do ours, that the secrecy we can able to maintain, the data will be available with us, we can able to do that. So I have spent only 10 minutes only to frame the questionnaire with the help of the Google form. So in the Google form that I have framed all these questions, around 10 questions, whatever that I have shown to you earlier, the same question I have framed, with the help of the Google form and given to you. At present, 59 people given, right? Okay, let other people do that. In the meanwhile, come back to the subject now. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to do the factor analysis using that Jammu software. So before moving into the PPT presentation, I'll go to this Jammu software now. I'm selecting this. Yeah, we are now in the Jammu. My screen visible now, friends?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see, friends, this is the previous reliability results and all available. First, we'll try to do this with the help of the same collected data. We'll try to do the factor analysis. Now you see, if we want to interpret the result in our paper, what we want to collect it. How to do this? You see, friends, just to do the right click here. Right click here. So if you want to select the particular table only, you can do that. Otherwise, export option, we can that upload it. Otherwise, you can convert it into PDF. You can convert it into HDFC. And you can add some additional notes also, theory also. There are so many options. And analysis option is available, you see that? So entire analysis that you can able to duplicate and export or copy, or all the content available, you can do that. There are so many options are available. Just you do the right click, you see, do the right click and copy, and you put where you want. Whatever you want. Sir, I don't want all the unwanted things. I want this table. First you do this. Then I want to, for that correlation heat map I want. Then you select this. So image wise also, analysis wise also, are all the documents available in that output. You can able to easily download. This option is not much available in the SPSS. That very friendly options available here. See, just to do the right click and copy it, and according to your option. Otherwise, you can export it. For example, here it is available, the table. So you can export it in the Excel also. The further some kind of minimum and that calculation you can do with the help of Excel. So this data completely you can export it in the form of Excel also. That friendly approach facilities available in that Jammu software. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, now simply that I want to remove all the things. See, I want to remove all the things. I remove. Now it is free. Nothing is available. It is free now. See, the data and all available free. Now I am going for this second one. Earlier what we have done, reliability. This one we performed. Now I want to go for the factor analysis. The first one, principal component analysis, that I am going to do now. Yes. Now you see the new window appears and the same 10 variables appear here. See that the 10 variables appear here, all the 10 variables that we are going to do because we removed all the previous one, including the saved variables we removed. Now we are going to do this. What I am going to do is select this, Control Shift, you select and go to the 10th statement, it will select all. Control key, Shift key in the first item and move the cursor and select the last item, it select the entire one, then put it in the right side. That's all. Immediately, you see that friends, immediately it started performing the operation. So here you see two factors, the 10 statements now reduced into two factors, 1 and 2. Using the standard varimax, that is rotation. So that means the responses and all, so properly rotated and where it lies, under what statement, under what category it lies, like that. So it performed the analysis and given that result. But normally people, you see, there are three things, many things are available. The people normally use the varimax only. So that the varimax it is given. But in my paper, sometime I have used the Promax also and Oblin also. Now before that, you see Varimax, two factors. Now I want to select the Oblimin, the same two factors. And there is no much, but the loading may be a different one, but the same two factors. So, but better one because I want to move along with that other things. So I want to select the Varimax here. Okay, two factors. Now the next thing is that I want to test whether the sample is adequate for this or not. That for that the second one, assumption checks. The Barclay's test of sparsity, that is sample adequacy test. Yes. Now you see the result here. This is that is 0.001. That is less than 0.05. So that is the p-value is here. It is a square. That is chi-square value. This is the thing. So this is 0.01. So somewhat it is okay. Then I want to go for the KMO. That is this for the that sample adequacy. Campbell K. Hello. Okay. So the thing is now the first one is Barclay test significance. Here it is I am doing the KMO sample adequacy. The overall is 0.630. Anything above 0.6 is okay. Here the 0.630 is available. Okay. Now, but normally what I have done is here in default, the based on the parallel analysis, the results and all showing here. But based on the eigenvalue only, the people used to do that. So it is an advice. So I want to select the second option regarding the number of components based on the eigenvalue. Now I'm selecting now. Now the factor is moved into 3. So this is the better one. Normally the people and all using this only. But you see the overall this KMO sampling adequacy 0.63 only. It is significant of p-value less than 0.01. Okay, so this is that it's okay, but the results are here 3. Now you see here these and all the 4 falls in the first category, variable 1, 2, 3 and 10, and the variable 4 and 5 in the second, 8 also, but the variable 9 you see it is in the both the categories are available. So here that case we can able to filter, but here both and all that is falls in the 3 and 2 and 3. Okay, so that also we can remove because here you see 0.612 if it is a 4 is available, I can use the 4 here. Otherwise, I want to use 0.66. I want to put 62. Now you see, this is only one is available. This one is removed. Earlier, this variable 8 falls in second factor as well as the third factor. Now one only available. Like that, that we can able to hide that factor by way of fixing some kind of minimum values here. And here I want to sort out all these things in the particular order. Based on the loading size, I want to do that. In that, I want to select this, sort the loading by size. Now you see, without this, you see that I remove now. Now you see, this is a factor 1, this is a factor 2, this factor 3. That means Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q10. Then Q4, Q5, and 8. But I want to sort it in a particular order. So I want to select here. Now you see the result. So 10, 1, 2, 3, that and all belongs to factor number 1. These 3 and all factor number 2, then factor number 3. Right? Then here it is a 3 factor, but I don't want the 3 factor. I want only 2 factor of this. Then I'll go to this fixed numbers. Here I put it as 2. Then you see the result. You see the result now. The 2 factor only. These are all the 4 variable belong to factor number 1, remaining and all factor number 2. So 6 and 7 and all, that is not related to this. So simply they hided this. These 2 are this. That other things and all the same. That values and all same. Like that also we can do. When we can use the fixed numbers, for example, we are having more statements, more sample, and we are getting 15, 20 factors, means that much factor also difficult for further analysis. In that case, we can use this fixed number to reduce the number of factors. But here, that is not required. So what I want, better to go for the second option, number of component based on the eigenvalue. I want to do that. Right? Then you see, friends, next option. So that is the beauty here. For each and every activity, that you can able to see the result. See, basically, friends. So basically, we, the faculty members, mostly commerce and management, I hope faculty members are available here, that we don't know the strong statistics and the mathematics. Basic we know. And we can able to see the result and interpret the result, and we can able to apply the result and derive the interpretation. So for that case, if that particular software is giving sequence of various operations, so many results, that gives a lot of confusion. No? But this software, one by one you can operate, and one by one you can able to see the result, and one by one you can interpret it, and beautifully you can. That now if you want to take the printout, you can right click and take it and put it in your Word document and do that. Such a beautiful options are available here. Now I'll go to additional output. You see, these are all, whatever I have done here is the basic thing. Then additional output, I want to do that. What is the additional output? The component summary, I want to do that. Component summary means this 3 component, there is 3 factors. That summary of the 3 factor, I want to do that. See, this is the component summary. This is the 3 component. So this is the sum of squares loading, the percentage of variation, and the cumulative. That means you see these 3 factors that explain 82% of variations. 82% of the responses and all loaded here. So remaining 18% only not taken into account. That is not anything above 60 or 70 and all okay. But here you see 82%, the 3 factors that explain the responses from the respondents, 82% explains. That's good, na? Then you see I want to, earlier we have done the correlation between the variables. So now I want to do it within the correlation between the three factors. See that? These are all the correlation between these three factors and all available. And then I want to go for the screen plot. That is also very, very important here, required here. And diagrammatically it explains, you see that this is the screen plot. See, above anything, eigenvalue here 1, na? Eigenvalue is 1. See, eigenvalue is 1. Anything above 1, this is eigenvalue line. 1, 2, 3, 3 factors. See, the 3 factors that explain the 10 variables. That is the meaning. And the remaining things and all, least 1. So the 3 factors only loaded here. And the initial eigenvalue also we can able to calculate, that result also showing here. Right, friends? So this is related to this, the simple factor analysis. So 3 factors we identified. Now, friends, what I want to do is, we have identified how to interpret the results. Now all the 10 statements and all now reduced into 3 factors. Now how to interpret the result, how to do that? Now you see, friends, question number 10, 1, 2, 3. Then you have to read this statement. There are different options and all available. Now, first thing I want to save that factor score. So component score, each component. So this is one component. How much is the total of this component? 2. This is the another component. How much is the total? How much is the total of 3 components? 3 variables. Now you see, friends, here, this is the variable. Yeah, please. Here only the 10 variables only available. There is no output. Now I want to get the output from this. How to do this? I want to select this component score here. Now immediately the component score appears. Sir, I have selected the simple sum. That is why I am getting the answer very quickly. Otherwise it will take much time. And you can able to see lately all these results. So you are not able to derive anything. Now you see, these are all the 3 scores. Factor 1 score, factor 2 score, factor 3 score. Now this score, that is why I used it. You can use this score as an independent variable or dependent variable, and you can do any kind of things. For example, this score with that your age or your income or your qualification, your institution, that I can able to correlate, or some kind of other independent variables. I can do the regression also. And then if more factors comes, I can do the cluster also. I can do the ANOVA also with the help of this. Now I am getting the 3 new variables. What these 3 new variables? The 3 variables explain the previous 10 statements. Okay, that is the meaning. So answer number 1, and if I save this, I can able to get the result here. Now the second one is how to that, sir, I don't want to go for the further analysis. With the help of the result, I want to publish some paper. I want to do something with the help of this. How to do this? Very simple, friends. Now I'll go to that questionnaire here. Again, I will go to the questionnaire. I'll go to the data view, variable view. Now you see, friends, please see. Question number 10 is called what? Responses for the compliances. Okay. So how the response given by the organizer regarding your complaint? 1. Then question number 1, resource person, materials provide. 3 is arrangement of sessions. So 1, 2, 3 and 10. You read all these 10. You see that 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 variables. 10, Q1, Q2, Q3. 4 variables. Now I want to remove this. I don't want all these 4. Anyone of you please read and try to give a common name for these 4 variables, for these 4 names. Anyone of you, friends? I want to I want to say one terminology. I want to use one terminology to represent these four. Any one of you? Resource person, materials, arrangement of sessions, and the response for the compliance. It's all related to this organizing capacity. So I want to say, so effective organization. So I want to say effective organization. Effective, I want to put the effective organization. This is one method. Another method is, you see friends, this is 0.974. This is 969, 961, 960. So which one got the highest score here? Question number 10, 974. What is the name of the 974? 10th question here, you see? Response to the complaints. That is the organizer's response or the organizing capability. So factor number 1, organizing capability, I want to put. So factor number 1 is organizing capability. Number 2, now I want to remove this. Please, any one of you note this, organizing capability. Right. Number 3, question number 5, 4, 8. Question number 5, question number 4 and 8. And the highest score is question number 5. Question number 5 is related to relevance of topic. So you put it as relevance. Relevance. So one is organizing capacity, number 2 is relevance. Now I'll go to the third one. I'll remove all these things. Okay, I'll go to the third one now. Third one is 6, 7, 9. 6, 7, 9. Hospitality and online facilities, management of time. So now I want to take this, the score, highest score is 6. So management of time. So one is organizing capacity. Number 2 is what we identified in the number 2, sir. That is number 5. So relevance, and this third one is time management. So these are all the 3 factors that determines or that influence the participants' satisfaction. That is the answer. So now you have conducted a survey regarding one refresher course or FDP, 10 variables you put, collect that variable, and finally you identified. And for example, Vinaya Murthy sir identified, he want to submit to Gurumurthy sir. So that now 3 things, sir, 10 variables I identified, collected the data from the input, we performed the reliability and factor. Finally, 3 things, the organizing and the time management and the topic relevance. These are all the 3 factors or the 3 reasons or 3 points that influences the participants to satisfy their requirements. The factors responsible for the satisfaction of this. Similarly, you can calculate the dissatisfaction also. So with that also, a simple article we can prepare and publish. This is the first stage. So how to create the factor? You create the factor based on the relevance of the title, or you take the highest loading name. Here 974, that is the 974 is related to 10. So the 10th variable name are related to this. Here the 5th variable, here the 6th variable. Like that, the highest loaded name you have to take. Otherwise, after reading all the related component statements, you try to create a new name and find out this. So with that, you can complete this. Now you are getting now you are getting the new 3 variables. So with the help of that, you can go for further analysis. Sir, another one. Now the thing is, you see, question number 10, question number 11, question number 1, 2, 3. So here you go to the variable view. Here it is the variable view. Question number 10 is here. Question number 10. So this is the question number 10. The question number 10 responses you have to find out are that then you find out that score also, the summated score also we can use this. But better, sir, you can use this factor score for further analysis. Otherwise, the individual responses related to this, for example, the response, question number 1 response, 2 response, 3 response, and the 10 response, all the fours, the response total. For example, question number for 10, one response give 3, some response give 4, or some give 6, or some give 2. You find all these 3, all the 4 score, and divided by the number, you will get the score. That score you can take as the new variable, and you can use it for independent or dependent for further analysis. That is another method. So like that, many ways you can explore to do this analysis. So this is a simple way of factor analysis. Please see, friends, one more thing I will do that here. I will go to this 93 responses I got. Am I right, sir? I think you hope you can see my screen, I think. Now, this is a Google form I have created. This is my question. Just after created the question, I have submitted. So with the help of this option, you go to the send option and that select this, shorten the QRL, and I copied and sent you. I copied and sent to you. Accordingly, you responded. 95 response I got. Now I want to download this. This is the option. You see, this is options available. Otherwise, you can click. You can see there are so many options are available. You can print and link, download the response. Like that, many options available. I want to go for this. I want to download here. Yeah. See, these are all the responses that I have collected from you, from all of you. These are all the responses. So what I'm going to do is go to the file and I'll go to download it in the form of, please see that. Go to the file menu. It is in the Google document. So I'll go to the file. I'll go to the download. Then here in the download, the second option, open document option. It is a more friendly option that you can store it at anyway and you can import it very suitably to this Jammu. So I can select this open document option. So once again, I want to repeat. So I have created the questionnaire and submitted to that questionnaire through the online, collected the response. I download it. This is the response. Okay, that response, it is available in the Google Sheet. I'll go to the file menu. Then from the file menu, I'm downloading and download it in the form of open document. I'll do it now. That is in the open document now. Okay, it is in the open document now, right? So I want to store it in the Alapa University. That is data. In the data name is, you see, satisfaction survey response name. Okay, I want to save it here. So I saved. Here it is available. In addition, you please try to do it on your own. So what I'm going to do is, I want to share the documents to you. Okay, I copy the link. Okay, I'll copy the link, right? And I want to share it with your Google Classroom. Yes, I shared the document. Now you can also download and later you download the Jammu software and perform the factor analysis. Now data also with you, you can do this. So I have downloaded this document. You can also download. Those who are in the system, simultaneously you can download and you can do this factor analysis along with me now. Now friends, I'll go to the Jammu now. Sorry, I'll go to this software now. This is the software. I want to right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, so that I'm going to remove, otherwise I'll keep the result as it is. I'll go to the open now. See, this is the option. Once again, please listen. What you have to do, go to the open option, open, and go to the browse. I stored in the Alapa University folder. So it is a data analysis. What is this? You see here, the satisfaction survey response in that ODS. In that name only I saved. Am I right? I have opened this now. Yes, it is available in the Jammu now. See friends, within 10 minutes, I have collected the data from you and the responses and all stored in the software. Now, this one is the existing screen. Now I am using the second screen now, the satisfaction survey screen. Now it is available. You see, these are all your responses. See that? These are all your responses. There are so many things I can able to do. So the frequency also I can able to do, and other exploration also I can able to do. Descriptive statistics also I can able to do, and easily I can tabulate the category wise, income wise, age wise, state university, central university, private university wise. I can do many things within few minutes. I can able to do this, but my scope here is limited to this factor analysis. So here the variable view, just I want to show that variable view. So these are all the 10 variable, am I right? So these are all the 10 variable. You see that it is in the scaling part. Remaining things and all nominal part. Okay, now that analysis, go to the factor. Now I'll go to the principal component analysis. All the variables and all available. I want to select only this 10. One is resource person, material, session arrangement, relevance, time management, online facility, effectiveness, friendliness, and hospitality, feedback and responses. I'll transfer here now. Okay, right. Now I'll go to the Varimax and based on the eigenvalue. Only one factor. I can able to get only one factor. That means you people and all so positively responded to that. So okay, before that I want to do one more. I want to do the reliability of this. So again, I want to select all this. Okay, I want to put it here and do both the things. You see the reliability result. Let us see. Wait, it is processing now. Yeah. 0.96, 0.97. So that the high scale of reliability I can able to get. 0.96 means highest one. So questionnaire is good, and thanks to all of you, my questionnaire is good. You have given proper response to my questionnaire. So then there is correlation heat map. I want to go here. A perfect correlation. You see, friends, nowhere I found that negative correlation. You see that full of green. That too very strong green. See, so that indicates what the questions and all proper. I have asked the proper question. You have given a proper response. Since you are the faculty member, that very generously that you given the score, and you see that these two things and all sufficient. And 0.96 is the highest one. Normally, the medical engineering field only the people prefer this. So very good. Now I will go to this factor now, principal component analysis. I think we have done already the principal component analysis. The result is available here. It is available, but I want to do it again. Yeah, this is available now. So now based on the eigenvalue, now anyway. The Bartlett test, I think automatically it is going to be good, and KMO also going to be good. Yes, you see that KMO, that is 0.892. 10 statement, 93 response I am getting. So almost 1:10 is okay, na? That is a standard sampling. One question means 10 samples. I have framed 10 question. You people, 93 people given the response. So very good response. So almost near 100% I am having. So now based on this, now I'll go to this. But I'm not satisfied with that. At least two factors I want. I want to give two factors to that Guru Murthy sir or this Vinaya Murthy sir. So the fixed numbers, I want to do two here. Now instead of two, I want two factors. Now you see friends, these are all the two factors. These are all the two factors that we have identified, and I want to sort by size. Yeah. Right, this is sort by size also available now, and there is no repetition. Okay.
Sir, can you make it 3 factors?
Button.
Can you make it 3 factors?
Hello.
Can we make it 3 factors, sir?
Yeah, that also, that whatever the factor you want, you can do that. I want to make it 3 now. You see, I want to make it 3 now. See, just you enter. Now it is 3 factor. I want to sort it. Yes, it is already sorted, but some overlapping is available. I want to remove that. You see here, 0.8, that is time management, component 1 also available, component 3 also available. So here, I want to put that, hide the loadings below 4, 5, I want to hide it. I want to hide the loadings that appear, that below 4.5 or 4.6, 4.7 we'll do that. 0.47 I want to remove. Now you see that. Yeah. Again, there is a difference. So better we'll remove up to 5. Okay. Up to 533 we'll remove. 533. Yeah. Okay. One more is there. So 539. So up to 539 I want to remove now. Otherwise 540 I want to remove. Now it is very simple, sir. So these are these 6 variable false and factor 1, these 2 false and factor 2, then factor 3. Now you please go to this and save the variable here, and you draw the screen plot also. That is very much required for your further analysis, that displaying the result in your output document. Now that component is saved here, you can do further analysis, 3 factors. Now you see friends, I'll go to the variable view now. See, this is the variable. Now time management, first one, time management number 1, then material provided number 2, then feedback and response. Yes, it is available here. Then resource person, right? Then you see online facilities and comfort. Yeah. Now these are all the factors false in. These are all the variable false in first factor. You read all this statement and given one name. Right. Otherwise, highest loading is time management. Again, you see, so time management is one of the factor you may give. Here, the second one is highest factor is hospitality. So hospitality. Number 3, the relevance of the various topics, the highest loading. Like that also you can give. Otherwise, based on the various statement, you can coin your name also. So anyway, that time management, hospitality, and the relevance of topic, these are all the factors that satisfy all your responses. That is my answer. Then with the help of that, if I want to run the regression, that also I can do. So I can use it as independent variables or dependent variable, your age, your college, or some other input that I have collected. Na? So your sex and the category of institution, anything I want to take it and I want to relate and to find out some other that this cross-sectional analysis, I can able to do that. Many cross-sectional analysis also I can do that, or further cluster also I can go for this. So this is the way we can use this first one. And you see here now that way data view, you can go the 3 new variable also available. See the score 1, 2, 3. So this also you can use it, or the summation of all these responses. The sum, that is, find out the individual response 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 6 divided by the number of responses. That score also you can use. Okay, friends, this is related to this first one, the ordinary factor analysis. You see, friends, this is the way you have to do that. Please listen. I will that immediately after the session I will share the documents with Vinaya Murthy sir, and you can use it and follow this. Now you see whatever I have followed, I have given with some other data. See, so once that you get into the data into the input box, go to the factor analysis and select the principal component analysis. See, this one you have to select. Then you see this variable and all, you have to select all this variable. With the help of this arrow mark, you can transfer here. Immediately, by adopting the varimax, you can use this oblimax also. But varimax is widely used, that is why I am suggesting. But in the case of reliability analysis, and I suggest you go for the McDonald's omega, then in that case your paper may be accepted because it is a new terminology, almost similar to Groenbeck alpha. This McDonald's omega also, the new one, Groenbeck alpha is a long one. So your paper may be easily published. So that go for this varimax or oblimax also, you can able to get the same result or some deviations. So you can able to specify, I have used this oblimax rotation by specifying the reason, you can say that. Then next thing is, then after selecting the variables here, you go to the varimax and the promax also. If you see, if varimax 3 factor, if I use the promax, it is a 2 factor. See, like that. If it is oblimin also 2 factor. See that. So like that you can use, and the different results you can able to get, right? So better use the based on that eigenvalue, you can use this. That is normally be greater than 1. That you have to keep it with you. Then that if you want the fixed numbers, here the sample variable and all very less, so you identified 3. But more variable means here also 3 means if you want to reduce it to that 2 also you can do with the help of fixed numbers. Then the partlets, this one, normally it is greater than 1. This is our friends. So eigenvalue normally be greater than 1. Okay. Then you see, then I will move on to these fixed numbers. If I put the 2, earlier it is 3 factor. Now I put it into 2. Then the 2 factor you can able to get. Accordingly, the variables and all rotated and falls into the particular component. And next thing is that I already mentioned about this eigenvalue and Barclay's test of sparity that assess the significance. Okay, it is nothing but, I think it is nothing but the chi-square. So it tests the significance. And then the KMO, it is for sample adequacy. It is, this one is less than 0.05, but in the case of KMO, it is normally be more than 0.6 for the social science studies. Okay, anything more than 6 is good. Then that is why given here, KMO should not be less than 0.5. If it is less than 0.5, you are advised not to use this. And if it is less than 0.5 means that indicates our sample size is not adequate for this available variable and run this. You have to improve the sample size. Okay. Then you see, then the loading, the dependent loading, normally you put 0.4, that is good, but depends upon the overlapping of component. You can, in the earlier example, we have used 0.454, like that. If a particular variable falls in both the components, based on the value, we can put the high load option that based on the condition given here. and you can able to sort to this one according to the way in which false loaded in the component, that you can do that. So you see there is an example here. 3 also in the variable number 9 falls in 3 as well as component 2. So if I want to remove this, anything more than 0.4 I want to remove, below 4.4 or 5 I want to remove, that I can do that with, here I see I want to put 5. So here you see, here it is 0.492, here 0.6. I want to remove this 492, I want to retain the variable number 9 in the third component. So I put it 5 here, automatically this one is removed, the 666 only, 0.6 only, 666 only available here. Okay, so next, right, next one is, then I have to arrange it in the particular order. Then we'll go for, see, these are all the things. Normally, friends, one more cross-checking. If we use this eigenvalue based, if you add all these things, you will get number 1. If you find this all, that you will get the eigenvalue of number 1. So it's always be greater than number 1. So the total of all this is normally be greater than 1.1. Is with the help of the calculator, you can cross-check it this uniqueness value. Okay, then you see the summary component. The summary component means the 3 factors summary results. If you want, you can do that. And the component correlation between the component also, you can do this. So in principle, it should be more than 1. Always be this summary component, this result always be more than 1. Okay, these are all the things you please note it, that I will upload the document to you later through your course coordinators. Then the component correlation. The component correlation is here between the 3 components or 2 components, whatever it may be, it is available. Then you see, friends, this is the thing. Normally, there is here, there is no much correlation among the factor, but normally variable among the correlation among the variable normally be there, but among the component we are not able to find, because it is loaded in the particular component and given this. So normally there is no much correlation among this. Okay, this is the initial eigenvalue, and it is, you see, that is it explained, all the 3 factor explained, 82% it is good. More than 60% is good for further analysis. And this is a screen plot. It tells this 1 is an eigenvalue. So above 1, you see above 1, 1, 2, 3 factors, right? So these are all the some of the points you have to be noted. And for checking the result, the KMOL value, total variations, communality, rotated factor loading, ground for alpha, these are all the things. While doing this extraction, that PCA method also you can do maximum likelihood or alpha factoring, but better the first thing is PCA method for factor identification. So number of factors to be extracted based on the eigenvalue method or the screen value method. Major step is first you do the reliability, then factor rotation you can do with the help of 4. As suggested, better to go for Verimax. Then you name the factor, save the factor loading by applying the different terminologies, you can go for the further analysis. So after completing the factor analysis, so with the help of the factor, you can stop it and do it in the chapter. Then the next chapter or next paper will go for the further analysis. So the factor score, whatever the factor score available with you, with the help of the factor score, that you can use this factor score as an independent variables or dependent variables, and you can perform the regression or ANOVA, MANOVA or cluster, that you can do later, depends upon your requirements. Okay, right. But the limitation, but don't worry about all the limitations. This normally be this too many extraction method, which method we have to use, that is, and too many rotation method also available, and highly this subjective, and the name of the factor normally not to be provided in the system that you have to name it, but simple strategies available based on the highest rotation, you can do that. This is regarding, friends, the first one, that is the principal component analysis. Now, quickly, I want to run through the another one, that is exploratory factor analysis. I want to run through this. And if we want to do the exploratory factor analysis, as usual, what I'm going to do is, with the help of this satisfactory survey, I want to remove all these results now. Remove all these results. Yes, everything I have removed. Just now, data only available. So once I remove the result, automatically the new factors I have not saved now. So that I didn't save. So the result also, new factor also not available. Only variable only available. Okay. Now the data is available. I go to the analysis. Select the factor. Go to the exploratory factor analysis. Go to the exploratory factor analysis. Now this is the thing. Now here I am selecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these 10 variables I am putting here. Okay. As I mentioned here also, the same result is coming only one factor. If it is the one factor that you are not in a position to create any models and a new set of variables, so what I am going to do is simply I am ignoring this. I want to go for, as already I have shown some a new data set related to my student. I think morning I have shown the document. I think you would be able to recall this. I will open that. MSME. This is factor analysis. Wait. These are some of the papers. Okay. I have collected the, I put it in somewhere else. Okay, I will show now. But it is available here. Now I want to select that another data. I'm going to this, open the new data, go to the browse. And here you see that, yes, this factor analysis, you see here, MSME pilot study, the final data. This is, that is with the help of the structure, this data is available. See, this is what I want to select this now and open the data here. See friends, this is another data set. It is related to my scholars research work. See, age, education, the firm size is another one, business type, business standard. So that means standard of the business. And another ATO is an annual turnover. All the things and all available. Here only these factoring questions. A different factor questions and all available here. See, different questions, I put it here. See, this question is the structural question. And I will show this now. You please listen. Morning, which one I have used? This one. I will come back to the questionnaire. Here I have shown the questionnaire to you in the morning. Yeah, this one. See, this is the question. So, economic benefits EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, then convenience, CON1, CON2, 3, then perceived use of use PE1, PE2, P3. This is the question. So, this constructs that I have taken from this study and adopted this variable. Convenience, I have taken this from this study. That is why the review of literature is very important. And taken this variable. This construct perceived ease of use taken from this study, this variable. Right. So friends, that I have taken accordingly, I have collected, you see, this P1, P2, this variable, whatever we discussed, that is available here. See that, perceived use, and all other variables and all available here. Okay, so this data is available here. Now we are going to do this exploratory factor analysis for this variable. We try to do this. Okay, for your work, I can't do because all the variables falls into one factor. One factor is, with the help of this, we are not in a position to create the model, and the model we are not able to fit that model. Okay, now I want to select this kind of scaling variable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42 variables, different statements under different construction. So not construct wise, I have selected all the variables. Okay, I selected all the variables, but it is put under different constructs, different headings. Construct means different headings under different dimensions. I transferred here all the variables. I put it here. It is processing now. Yeah. So now it gives 6 factors, but normally for the exploratory factor method, second one is maximum likelihood method is the better one. So I am selecting this. Okay. Then again here also I want to go for the Varimax. 6 factor. 42 variables and all now reduced into 6 factor. Please listen to this. Again here also I am using this based on the eigenvalue. If I use that eigenvalue, again the same 6. I don't want to reduce that value a factors. Again I want to use this. I want to do this Bartlett's significance test. Yeah, that is yes, 0. Less than 0.05. I want to test the sample adequacy, and that is sample adequacy here is, it is operating now. Yes, that is 0. Overall is 0.7. Anything more than 6, it is okay for the social science research. Then I will go here. Go here, and the overlapping is where that overlapping 4 2 3 here 3 here 4 2 3. Better to put 3.5. So I want to put 3.5 here, and so now I can able to reduce some kind of overlapping. Yeah. Then I want to sort it in a particular order. Yeah. Now I think here also on loading 3.6, here 3.6, 3.4. So I want to increase this one into 3.7. Okay, I want to increase into 3.7. That will be better now. Yeah. Yes. So visually you can able to see the result and do lot of modification. Now you see, this is factor number 1, this is factor number 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5 and 6. Very good. Now you please see that the 6th factor is having only 3 variables. So I don't want this 6th factor. Then I will go to the fixed number and put it into 5. Accordingly, it is reloaded, rotated and give the 5 factors. That you have to decide. But naturally, based on the Varimax method, by considering the eigenvalue, it will offer that 6 factors This 42 variable and all reduced into 6. Then I am going this factor summary and other things and all, factor correlation and all. But very important here is this one, model fit. This model fit is very, very important. Whether, because some variable I have used, actually here is based on the previous study I have used, but if I use the previous study, which factor is more suitable? CFA, confirmatory factor analysis. But here I have used that exploratory factor, EFA only. But the thing is, based on the theory, you developed your own construct and variables, then you can test the model. This model is going to be the base for future, as I mentioned earlier. But you assume that, now you assume that these are all the variables not available, temporarily you assume that, not available earlier. The researcher myself, I have identified the construct and the variable based on the theory, based on the basic concepts and reviews I understand based on the nature of the work and all. So I have framed the construct and the theory, and 42 variables I have framed, and the 42 variables and all reduced into that 6 components, factors now. Okay, now whether it is that fit into that study or not, that I want to test it. This is the model fit. The RMSEA value, that is normally be more than 5, it is okay. So this is okay. Then other chi-square is available. P value, this is 0.1, that is point less than 0.01. That is, it is also significant. And screen plot also you can do that. And what you have to do is, here the important, earlier in the case of principal component analysis, model fit not available. Here the model fit is available. That means your variable selection, your construct and all, that you have to test. I will tell you how to test the standard value with this RMSEA, with TU, with BIC, with A square, DF and P, how to test it, I will tell you. So that you have to test it. If it is within that value, the variable selection is good, that construct is good, and you can apply and you put it in your theory, and in future, this study, anybody can refer, accordingly they can use it, and they can, that is theory I have created. Now somebody want to test it, so they want to confirm whether it is correct or not. So my study it is, here Vinaya Murthy or Gurumurthy sir, anybody can use it and they test it with the help of next one, confirmatory factor analysis. Okay, so this is regarding, and you can add all these things, but I am skipping all because it will take some time. It will, so I will reduce the time because few minutes available. I want to run through, and I want to say something related to third one also within 10 minutes. I will permit me to take another 10 minutes. Okay, now I'll see, friends. I'll go to the exploratory factor analysis. Exploratory factor analysis, the theoretical things and all, I want to remove this. What is the difference between, earlier we ran the principal, now it is exploratory. So the thing is, mainly you see, if the principal component analysis explain the total variance, but here it explain only the common variance only, the error variance and all removed in the factor analysis, because it is used for the new model creation, right? Like that, this is something. So used to reduce the number of variable by creating the principal component, but factor analysis tries to identify unknown latent. Latent means hidden variables to explain the original data. Okay, so latent variable, you see that explanation is given here. Now this is another example for the latent variables, and you see this is the factor analysis result. This is the principal component analysis result. So that the arrow mark is the very, very important here. Okay, this arrow mark is very, very important, where it goes accordingly explain the difference between these two. Right. Now what to do? You go to that with the help of the Jammu, you go to that second one, exploratory factor analysis, and immediately you come here. That helps you to move to the screen, select all the variable here and put it in the screen. And this next thing is you have to select the Varimax method. Sorry, maximum likelihood, the second one, and the Varimax. Okay, then you see, then the based on the eigenvalue. Then we'll go to this one, the test, Bartlett test of sparsity and KMO. Then we'll go to the sorting the factor loading and hide the value below your requirements. Here also you can put. Then very important one is the factor summary if you want, because you need, then you select all the things including the model fit. Including the model fit. Now the model fit is here. Now the model fit is here. See that RMC value. If this, that means root mean square error of approximation, RMSEA. The ideal value is between 0.05 to 0.08 according to this researcher. Here it is, see that it is less than 5. So in my model, this is not suitable. What I have to do? The model is not fit. I have to do some further analysis. That further analysis means what? I have to go through the variable. I want to remove some of the items, and so then reverse some of the item, and accordingly I have to reload it and to make the value between 0.5 to 0.8. Then it indicates that for assessing that particular, that is for this objective, I want to tell you the objective is the technology adoption of MSME sector, that is the study. For that, all the variable I framed. So some of the variables and all not related, not appropriate. So I want to revisit the variable and remove some of the things and revisit the scoring, and then you run it. If after adjusting all these things, if I can able to get the result between this, then the model is okay. Then only I can able to incorporate in my paper or in my project, research project. Okay, then that is a significance indication. That is okay. Then these are all the goodness of it. So you have to compare this. Normally in the model fit, all these things are available. So you have to compare all these variables. So you have to do this. This is the thing just now I mentioned. So this one, sir, this one. So this is the goodness of it. And accordingly, you have to test all these things. And then you summarize the value based on this value. In your paper, you have to put it like this. And why this EFA and all these things and all I have given here. So this is regarding this explorative factor analysis, friends. This is regarding explorative factor analysis. It is mainly for testing our construct and the variable. Whether this variable and the construct appropriate for analyzing the data and getting the result, whether this is correct or not, whether this fit or not, that we are doing that. It is a better one for the lengthy variables and for the more sample study. Then something I want to tell you now, friends, with your permission. And regarding the confirmatory factor analysis, I move on to the third one now, confirmatory factor analysis. This is the confirmatory factor analysis. Now, quickly, I want to run the confirmatory factor analysis here with the help of this sample data. I want to right click and go to this remove. I removed all these things, but the same variable data is available here. Right, the same data is available here. See, this variable is available, data is available, right? Right. I go to the analysis, go to the factor. Please bear with me for another 5 to 10 minutes. I want to select the confirmatory factor analysis. Here, that you see, I already shown the question. How the question and all framed you see here. Under economic benefits, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, 4 variables. Under convenience, these are the CON 1, 2, 3, this variable. Under perceived ease of use, P1, 2, 3 variables are available. So in such a way, I have framed the questionnaire. So what I am going to do here is, you see, the first variable, for example, COM. What is this COM? I want to see that. I want to select this, and this COM indicates, I think, some meaning. Okay. I think it is available in the questionnaire. I put the questionnaire somewhere else. Okay, no problem. And you see, you can edit the variable with the help of this. You can do this, right? And P1, yeah, this is P1 and it is an variable. So you can do anything with that. Otherwise, I will do one thing. I will go to another set of data also available regarding this. MSME final. Right. Okay, sir. Yes, type is. If you know that the particular factor, you can put it very simply. For example, see, this is a factor 1. That is the construct 1. Factor 1 means construct 1. So what I'm going to do is, for example, COM. It is construct number 1. Under this, see that I want to put this COM1, COM2, COM3 under this. Okay. Now you see, this is the one construct under these 3 variables. Now add the new one. The new one is PE1. So I put it simply here, PE. That is the another construct. I think it is, I fail to recall the construct name. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these 4 comes under this. So I want to transfer. This is the 4 variables under PE. Then I'll move on to the next. Add the new variable now. So here I want to give the factor. The factor is PR. PR. Now I want to select the PR variable here, the PR construct variable, and transfer here. Right? Yes. Now I'll move on to next variable. Next construct is BI. So BI. So BI 1, 2, 3. I'll move it here. Okay. Now you see, similarly, friends, you see this one. Now another factor. It is available. SN. So SN. And I select all this S1, 2, 3, 4, and I put it here. And next, that is PI. I'll put the variable here. That is this one. The construct is PI. 1, 2, 3, and this 4. I'll put it here. So friends, like that, I want to add all other things. New one. That is, next one is, please bear with me for a few minutes. SA 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put it here. Then another variable EB. So the factor is the factor is EB. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll put it here. Then I'll move on to the another one, ATT. So ATT, I select these 3 variables. Yes, and I put it in this. Another one is available, that is TR. Okay. TR. I want to select these variables here and put it under TR. Then the new factor, that is new that is constructor, that is PBC. Let's select these three variables and I'll put it here. I think the last one is this CON. I'll select these three. This is scaling variable. I put it here. Now you see, friends, all this and all available with the construct wise. Construct wise means, please listen, this. So this one, EB1, all these variables put under this economic benefits, that is EB. All these three put under CON, that is convenience. Other three put it under perceived PEU, perceived ease of use. So this variable only, based on the constructs we have created, these are all the variables, this is a construct. Accordingly, I put it in that here. So that you see that new factor means new construct. So you put the variable under each and every construct. Now you put it. Okay. Now that you go for this. This is, I think, much required, not much required. And options and all. And okay. I will go to this factor, intercept factor, standardized residual. Okay, I'll leave it here also. Mainly, I'll go to this model fit. This is very much important. I'll go to the model fit here. So these are all the model fit. Whatever X square is available, CFI, TLI, SRMR, RMSER, AIC, BIC. This is the model fit. All these things available. So I selected all these things and automatically it is running now. And I'll move on to next. Additional output is here. You see, this is very important. I want to do this too. That is path diagram. I want to do this. Now, friends, this is the factor estimates. It is operating now. See, very importantly, the model fit is available below. Select the model fit. This is the model fit data. Wait, this is the model fit data. How to assess the model fit? So for all of the SRMR and TLI, CFI, RMSEA and AIC, BAC, these are all the model fit indicators. And this model fit indicators we have to compare with the given one. Now, the path diagram also, that is going to be wait for the path diagram. And it will give, then with the help of this, we'll go for this model building. That here also you see that this mediation and moderation, with the help of that, you can draw this structural equation modeling. This another simple steps only that you have to do it. Please wait that it will come within few minutes, please. 1 or 2 minutes, just to see that the path diagram. You can able to get some kind, yeah, this is the path diagram, and it explains how the variables and all that reflects that a particular construct and whether it is fit or not. You can able to see that, and you can do the changes. You can remove some of the variable and you can add some of the variable accordingly. It will, the path diagram will change. You can able to get a better the fit thing, whether it is fit or not. You can able to assess, and then we'll go with this another the model, that is that with the help of this that another one you can create this the structural equation modeling with the help of the Jammu. You can able to do this. So this is up to the structural equation modeling, and it indicates it is mainly used for testing the previous one. The confirmatory exploratory means you are creating the new model. The created model, already created model, tested with the confirmatory. That is why that explore the new model. Exploratory, confirmatory is confirm the model whether it is according to our data it is available or not. This is related to the factor analysis. This is will be a very, very useful one all the procedures related to that confirmatory factor analysis. And you see here, these values, model fit values, how to do all these things, and there, and indicators, and cross checking also you can do with that model, how to do this cross checking. So model fitting, that how to access the model fit values. See that the model fit values. See, standard value TU regarding the standard value should be more than 9. Here it is point, that is 0.915. It is good. RSE also it is 0.08, at least less than that it is 9. So you have to do something. Here it is not good. We have to do something to reduce. Then only it is good. So the reduce means what? You have to revisit the variable and change it, delete it, or score change it accordingly, that you can able to get better value. That only the model is fit according to your requirements. See all the instructions I have given here. I will share the documents with your. See, this is the PCA result, a better result with a small variable. So better result you can able to get it. Right? Right, friends. With that, I hope I have covered all the 4 area: reliability, simple factor analysis, exploratory factor analysis, and confirmatory factor analysis. Mainly, it is a factor reduction technique and model creation, model confirmation also we can use. And after completing this, you can go for further analysis for regression and other things, cluster and other things. And with that, you can do a lot of research work and you can do the publications. It is one of the best multivariate tool in the dependence technique. It is a data reduction techniques. So thank you very much, my dear friends, for your patient listening and support. Anything if you want to ask, please.
So one question.
Please.
So one question regarding recording of qualitative data in Jammu is possible or not?
That is also possible. Recoding also possible. You see here, I will tell you. So here, if you go to that variable option, see what is this transform option. I think you can able to see. Am I right? With the help of the transform option, you can do that the further computation, recoding, and filtering. Everything you can able to do if you select the particular variable, and then you can able to transform the variable, and you can recompute the variable, do the editing, and the recoding is very much possible. Everything is available. Whatever you are doing with the other software, you can do with the SAMOVI. But the thing is, many of the people, they don't know about this. Another point I want to tell you here, you see, if you are familiar with R, here you see, here that 3 dotted line is there in the right hand top. You click here, a developer mode, go to the developer mode, and wait. You can able to download the R code, R language code. That code also you can use it and put it in that R language, and you can do the further analysis. I think it is not showing here. R code also you can do. You can download the R code also here. Yeah, please. Anything, please. Anything, please. Yes. Don't discuss yourself, please. Mainly, friends, mainly you see, don't faculty, don't discuss with you, please. Mainly, with the help of SAMOVI, that frequency analysis, chi-squared, and this regression and all, visualization. What I want to say, the visualization. the graphical representation of data, forecasting, that and all beautifully you can do. Normally, the visualization we can do with the help of this Power BI or Tableau. But without Power BI or Tableau, we can do the visualization with the help of Jammu. So that options and all available in the case of Jammu. The visualization is possible here. See, with the help of this frequency and the exploration, so many graphical representation you can able to do. The time, if the time permits, I can able to do all these things. So whatever you people normally we people used to do with the help of Tableau. Tableau is a costly software. Many corporates now using, management students are using Tableau for all corporate forecasting prediction purpose, reporting purpose. That you can do with the help of Jammu also.
Good
Yes,
afternoon,
please.
sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
please.
Sir,
Yeah.
thank you, sir. It is very informative and innovative session. Sir, my simple question is, what is the difference between PCA, CFA, and EFA? And one more thing, is it structural equation model is extension of factor analysis?
Yes, absolutely correct. So it is an extension of the factor analysis. Almost we have completed 80% up to 9, I can say 90% with the help of this confirmative factor analysis. Another 10% only available for designing, creating the model fit diagram. That is the only thing is available. If you complete, then it's become a structural equation modeling. You can do with the help of this. So I'll come to the previous question. Principal component analysis is the first stage that is used for that reducing all type of variables, the large variable into small factors. Exploratory, so if you that is used for that exploring the new model for your data set. For example, if it is a construct related, a common underlying variable only it takes, and the latent variable only it takes, and it not all the variables. So it takes a specific related variables and explore the model. So model building, testing the model, you can do that regarding the exploratory. It explore the new factor and model. And the already some models are available created by, for example, technology adoption model, service quality model. They are already created by some people. If you want to use that questionnaire and test whether it is correct for your study, for example, technology adoption used by X company, you want to do it for Y company. The same variable you can use it, the same model. Whether it is correct or not, you can do it with the help of confirmatory. So the model is confirmed here. Otherwise, you can say this model is the existing model created by X other is not suitable for my area of study or my company or my data set or that particular purpose. We can't use like that, you can say. So model creation, explore factory, model testing and validation in the confirmatory, basic data deduction in the principal component analysis.
Sir, thank you,
sir.
sir. Simply confirmatory factor analysis and exploratory factor analysis is if we use standard tool when collecting data that to confirm the previous study, that is factor analysis. Yeah. If I use my own tool, then that is exploratory.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
In a nutshell way. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Very nice presentation. Actually, sir, I am constructing a tool. I am constructing a research tool, and I have a question, sir. Is it mandatory to do exploratory factor analysis for constructing a new tool?
Yes. This is my question. Yes, you have to do. You should do. Especially if you
heard from your presentation
so that it is with so many variables, it is mandatory.
Yes, sir.
Azim Malik, Please speak
confirmatory
loud. Your voice is very
analysis.
weak.
Confirmatory analysis. Yes, sir. Or is it audible, sir?
You repeat your question. You repeat your question, ma, please.
Yes, sir. As I have understood from your presentation that confirmatory analysis is mandatory for a tool which is already constructed, and exploratory factor analysis is mandatory for constructing a new tool. If you are constructing a new tool, you have to go through the exploratory factor analysis.
Yes. Yes.
And
Mainly,
if
yes.
a tool is already standardized or a model is already standardized, then we have to go through the confirmatory factor analysis. And
Yes. Yes.
my
Absolutely. Correct.
question is it mandatory to do the exploratory factor analysis for constructing a new tool?
Yeah, according to me, based on my research experience, I have done so many things, did so many things related to that. Is that based on the theory I constructed, I want to model it. For that, exploratory is required. If I use the previous one, that confirmatory is required according to me.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And one thing, sir, when I use the exploratory factor analysis, as I am constructing a tool, and there are 6 dimensions as I have previously selected for my tool, and now the dimension will be reduced, and it will be 5 dimension, and the total items which are 45, and that are reduced to be on 23, and that are too much low items. What should I have to do now, sir?
Yeah, that is why, please, good question. That is why I'm saying, for doing all these things, you have to do this exploratory, and whatever the goodness of fit indicators I have given, the model fit is a very important component. After running the exploratory factor analysis, you refer the model fit, and accordingly you remove the unwanted variable and add the new variable, that 5 construct or 6 construct or 42 variable or 50 variable or 30 variables. By doing all these things, you can, that the time is not much. That is why I have not done this. By way of that, in my PPT I have given this, by way of removing some of the variable, reloading the variable, we can able to create a good structure and variable that you can able to build a model that is fit for your study, that has become the base for the future studies. That in such a way you have to do this. We can, that is the goodness of fit indicators. Model fit indicators is very useful for doing that.
And one thing, sir, for 45 items, what should be the sample size to do the confirmatory factor analysis?
Yeah,
what
45 into 10.
As I
45
and I have collected the data for the standardization of tool. I have collected the data of 250 secondary school teachers.
No, 250 not sufficient. If you use 45 statement, minimum 45 into 10, 450 sample is required. Then only you can able to create a better model. 450.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Pramod Kumar, sir, please.
Sir, actually,
thank you, sir.
in a structural equation model, it is consists of a path analysis and factor analysis. In factor analysis also, is there any path analysis is necessary?
For doing the factor analysis, the path analysis is not required, but that path analysis mainly required if you go for the structural equation modeling. But otherwise, you can simply how the variable constructs and all represent, how it is interrelated, that also you can show that. That how the model is there, that you can show that. Path analysis is a diagrammatic, nothing but a diagrammatic representation of your that data construct and the result, how it is related. A diagrammatic representation of your large number of data and other factors. Very simple. Path analysis what? a diagrammatic representation. That's all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon,
Yeah.
sir.
Promote Vijay, please.
Sir,
Please.
very good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Please.
Sir, actually, I'm doing research writing and paper related to topic prediction of India 2025 study. My topic
Prediction of?
India 2025 study.
Okay. Okay. Who is your
So,
son? Who is your respondent? Who is going to respond?
sir, someone disturbing, sir. I am not someone.
Okay. Your
Okay,
respondent. Who is going to be your respondent? Your sample. I'm asking your sample. Who is your sample?
just sample 100, sir. Respondent,
Whom you want to collect?
sir. Respondent, I want to collect students, sir.
Students.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Tell me now. Okay. Right. Tell me
So,
now.
what analyze can I use, sir?
So that from 100 respondents,
Okay.
and before you decide the 100 respondent, what you have to do, Mr. Vijay sir, you please
Sir.
frame the objective. Your objective is to assess you predict the future. Am I right?
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Absolutely.
Right. So that related question you have to frame. Please listen carefully.
Yes,
You
sir.
have to frame the question accordingly based on the theory. You have to read elaborately and frame the questions accordingly. If the number of questions and all, for example, you frame 25 questions means 250 response required. 25 into 10. You collect the response from 250 respondents and you perform basically this factor analysis. Then you see, go to the regression. Regression is the best tool for. After the factor, you go for the regression. That is the best tool for the prediction.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I understood, sir.
Right. Sir. Anything?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Beham,
Sir,
madam.
thank you.
Nargis
Thank
Beham,
you.
please.
Yes,
Nargis
sir.
Beham, please. Yeah.
Sir, thank you, sir, for such a elaborate session
Thank
on
you.
data analysis. And usually, it is being done by the teachers who are actually dedicated, and it takes a lot of pain because
Yes.
making us understand this data analysis part is very, very important for research work. And I also thank the organizers of
Yes.
Alagappa University who has given us the scope to interact with you all
Thank you.
and understand more on research. Because the
Thank you.
more we read, the more we understand, and the more we attend this type of sessions and learn from such eminent personalities, it is actually.
Nargis madam, it is right, but in addition to that, your active participation, you see, even after 2:30, sorry, 1:30, your session supposed to be end on 1 o'clock. After 1:30, good number of people I can able to see, and good questions you people are asking, and
Yeah.
that is that the reason for the success of this program.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one thing I will ask you, sir.
Please.
We do a lot of analysis, but sir, while doing this analysis, is this tables is going to attract our paper, or models are going to attract our paper so that it can be publishable?
Madam, that models supported with the tables. Understand?
Yes, yes, sir.
Model supported with the tables. Table contains supportive data. With the help of that only, you are going to present the model.
Sir, can we only can we only represent the model without the table?
Representing the with that you can able to see, but your ultimate purpose of the research is two things. One is you have to learn something. Another one is the dissemination of your research knowledge to many people. Am I right?
Yes.
So how to disseminate? Model alone doesn't serve the purpose. So along with the table only, the reader can able to read and understand the model and support the data. So for dissemination, that is distribution, for publication, make them to others to understand. So both the things are required.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, another thing, sir. Sir,
Please.
lot of software are available. Like you spoke about you made us understand how to use this Genovi. Lot many software are available, sir. So it is very difficult to choose the particular software and identify, sir, which and in which by using which software my data will be all correct and my analysis will be all correct. That is very difficult nowadays, because every time when you start with a software, new software erupts. Like you start with the program, R program, then again Python comes. Like it is very difficult, and we to be very frank, because sir, we are from HR area. It is difficult for us to understand so many quantitative, methods which is coming on our path as a challenge. I should say it's a challenge, and we should be very much updated on this software. But all the software cannot be, sir, understood at a time.
So, Madam Nargis Beham, you see, that is why I have introduced this software to you. It is user friendly, more flexible and user friendly. And you try to use this, number one. Number two, you try to become. I am basically a commerce man, but now I have learned all the things. I am now using the SPSS also. I am using this. I can use the Tableau. I can use the Power BI. I am very strong in Excel. So what I am suggesting is, nowadays, without this kind of softwares, you are not supposed to survive in the industry or education or in the research. You can't do that. So basically, you have to learn the Excel.
Yes, sir.
Then, apart from that, it depends upon your convenience. You have to learn many things. Now, the people talking about so much of Python. Python is open source software. Another thing, for financial analysis, many people talking about R. Python is the open source, no cost included in this. Then many people find difficulty in using the R because of lot of coding. That also simplified with that Jammu. Jammu is basically R based. That
Yes,
R
sir.
is
We identified. We could understand, sir. Today, sir, that Janovi is very user friendly, sir. But the thing is, we have to practice, no, sir. Because unless and until we practice, it will be difficult for us, to go ahead with the things like. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, excuse me, sir. A small question. Is that Jamovi is open source software, or we have to purchase, sir?
Sir, 100% open source, free, 100% free.
Thank you, sir. We can download directly.
Yes. In the beginning, I think you are not available in the beginning. That is why you didn't notice it is available. You please go through my PPT. It is that I have mentioned how to download, install, use and all. You use it.
Thank you so much, sir. It is a very helpful and nice and informative session.
Welcome, Pramod Kumar, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much, Professor.
Sir, do you have any other program like this? How we can come to know, sir?
And that you please visit Allahabad University website or Pondicherry University website. Otherwise, the I am belong to Department of Banking Technology website, and you can able to understand this.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Better, I want to that in the beginning also I mentioned. Now it is, you please create a WhatsApp group among these 90 or 80 participants, and within this network, you please share all the information. That is the best way, instead of watching the website and other things. Now, everybody using the WhatsApp, you please create a group. Among this, I think around 90 people are available here. Among this you create the group. And whatever the information Vijay is having, you shared with Pramod. And Pramod share with Beham. And like that, you please share it. And it become that more accessible to all the people. Benit,
yes,
you want to ask anything? Right. Vinaya, sir.
Sir, thank you very much, Professor. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
On behalf of the Department of Commerce, I would like to record my sincere thanks to
Nice.
sir.
Good.
Really amazing and very useful to our real participants. Thank you very much, Professor, for your amazing presentation.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
This session as a very exciting session, Professor. Thank you.
That my Ganesh Chaturthi, Vinaya Chaturthi greetings to all of you, and convey my regards to our Gurumukhi sir.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, thank you very much for your valuable participation and making this session as a highly interactive session. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. With your permission, shall I log out, sir?
Sir, please,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you.
participants. Thank you, Begum madam. Thank you. Thank you, Asim ji. Thank you, Modi ji. Thank you, Srinivas ji. Thank you for your valuable interaction. Thank you all. We'll meet at sharply at 2 p.m.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sirji. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please join sharply at 2 p.m.